Welcome to Avoidance Part 2. In Part 1, we talked about those triggers that might upset our pets, and we also talked about desensitization and counter conditioning. Part 2 continues talking about ways that we can avoid things that frighten our dogs. And we'll also talk about ways to avoid intrusive people. When we bend down to pick up poo, make sure that we look in both directions. And if it's a lot of poo, then we'll need to stop, take a break, scan the area as we're picking up, because we don't want to be surprised by a loose dog or an intrusive person. And speaking of people, there are some people that want to be very thoughtful, and if they see you coming, they'll want to move over to the side and let you pass. But we have to be very careful about this, especially when there's not very much room on the path. For one thing, your dog might be magnetized even though your dog is afraid, and you'll have to wind up dragging your dog, which creates negative associations. But also, if someone moves over, you don't know if that dog might be on a flexi leash and runs out after you once you pass by the dog. You don't know if the person is going to reach out and try to pet your dog as you pass by. So if somebody offers to move over for you, make sure that you either insist that they go ahead and don't pass by them, or you take a wide angle around the people to make sure that the person doesn't have the opportunity to reach out and grab your dog, or you have to worry about the person's dog breaking the leash or running out after you. Although it's nice to take our pets to places where pets are allowed, if we're in an indoor location surrounded by walls, it's going to be much harder to avoid other pets, intrusive people, and other things that scare our dogs. So it's best to leave our pets at home when we want to go shopping. The same thing with outdoor locations. Spending time outdoors where we can move away from triggers is great, but some places that are kind of crowded, it's going to be hard to move away. And while you're telling one person to leave your pet alone, another person might be sneaking up behind you. So avoid crowded locations as well. If you drive your pet to different places, make sure you scan the area before you get out of the car. Or if you're walking from your house, make sure you check the peephole. Make sure you check around the corner as you leave your porch. If you're walking along and you see a car pull over, you never know what's going to be coming out of that car. An intrusive person might open the door and come after you and your dog. A dog might jump out of the car. So if you see a car coming, you need to turn and walk in the other direction, or once again, make sure you give yourself a wide arc around the car, because you never know what's going to be coming out. And these were just a few more things we can do to help our pets stay safe. Make sure that you check our YouTube channel, Pet Education, for Avoidance Part 1, which also includes desensitization and counter conditioning. Check out our webpage at facebook.com/wpuddin, and check out our blog. If you Google Puddin's Trainings Tips, you will see our blog. Thank you.